Title: The Exam That Wasn't Meant to Be Solved. My thermodynamics professor, Dr. Hassan, wasn't just a teacher. He was a myth. He wore the same brown corduroy blazer every semester. No slides, no digital anything. Just chalk, a faded blackboard, and a brain that probably ran on dark matter. On the first day, he wrote one thing on the board. Understanding begins when you realize what cannot be understood. We all thought he was deep. Turns out, it was a warning. Fast forward to finals, our entire grade came down to one exam, and not just any exam. The exam. The kind that upperclassmen whispered about like it was a cursed scroll. We sat down. He walked in, handed out a single sheet of paper, and said nothing. Just stood there, watching, smiling. The question read, a closed system contains a gas composed of molecules that obey an unknown entropy function. Derive this function, assuming the system violates all known thermodynamic identities, yet still conserves energy. I blinked, reread it. Once, twice, a third time. It only got worse. The problem referenced imaginary temperatures, undefined variables, and a term labeled psi, chaotic potential, which doesn't exist in any textbook. At one point, it told us to assume the system behaves ideally, except where it doesn't. The guy next to me cursed under his breath. A girl up front raised her hand. Dr. Hassan just looked at her and said, "Yes?" She stammered, "I think the problem contradicts itself?" He just nodded. "As does reality? Continue?" People were breaking. I heard whispering. One student was staring at the ceiling like answers might fall from above. Another was just scribbling random Greek letters like it was a ritual. But then, I caught a small footnote at the bottom of the page. Tiny font, barely legible. Hint: sometimes the question is the trap. And suddenly, I got it. This wasn't a physics problem. It was a logic bomb, a philosophical landmine disguised as an equation. If I tried to solve it, I'd fall right in. So I wrote, the scenario presented violates the foundational laws of thermodynamics. No real system can conserve energy while simultaneously breaking entropy conditions. Any solution would be theoretical fiction. Therefore, the entropy function cannot be derived under these parameters. 40 minutes in, I stood up and submitted it. Someone behind me snorted. Already gave up, huh? I just smiled and walked out. 3 days later, Dr. Hassan returned with the exams. He didn't even sit down. He said, out of 63 students, 62 tried to solve the impossible. One of you recognized it for what it was. He held up my paper. That is how you pass thermodynamics. I got 100%. The class average, 11. And that, my friends, was the moment I realized some problems aren't meant to be solved, just understood.